Hi, this is Stray Passer, and welcome to my movie review of The Drop with minor spoilers. I saw it today, this afternoon. The Drop, there it is. So you can see focus. There it is. I think you can see it, The Drop. And it says Prime there. Just a little thing before I get into the review. Um, there won't be random reviews today. You normally do those on Sunday, but I had to going to work, believe it or not, on Sunday because they're upgrading the computer system. I had to go in to make sure that me and the guy I work with who's on vacation, that our computers can, they upgraded and changed all the IP addresses. So we had to make sure that everything, we could still print everything. So when I come in tomorrow, I could actually do our jobs. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But one other thing, Prime, they have a thing in AMC Theater, at least in this theater over at 42nd Street. They have a new theater called Prime, and they got a big bright letters. They redesigned the whole theater, and they made it well, you actually get, you assign a seat actually, and you have to sit in that seat. And they said if somebody comes and like if you're sitting in somebody else's seat, not your seat, that's on the ticket number, and the ticket number is on the seat here. Mine was K15. I got my hand on that, but there it is, K15. And the seats are leather, plush leather, and then you could actually hit the button and recline them like this. And it puts your feet up and everything. That's pretty cool. I mean, the ticket is, the ticket is $20, but they redesigned the whole theater now, and the seats everything is lush carpet and everything. And I guess it's ABC Prime. So I guess another way for them to make money. But I dig this. I dig it. I really dig the seats. They were like, you could pivot and your feet goes up and everything. You can lean all the way back, and it's cool. You got enough room, arm room and stuff. That's pretty cool. Prime, and I went after 1:30, so I don't know if it's before. If you go there before, maybe it's a little bit less. Probably if you go there before 12, that's usually what happens with AMC theaters. We go before 12, they reduce the prices, but I went after, so that's why I had to pay full price. But anyway, neither here nor there. But I want to mention that in case anybody else sees this AMC Prime in their theaters around their neighborhoods. I'm sure they're probably rolling this out other places. AMC Prime. Like I said, they had a nice looking thing, and like I said, the theater is actually beautiful the way they redesigned it, and the seats, the leather seats, the full recliner, just beautiful. But $20 is too much. But I paid it anyway because I wanted to see the movie. So that's here and there. I won't be going to Prime that much at all, unless I go before 12 or something. I mean, I usually go before 12, so I don't have to pay full price. But when it's a new movie that I want to see, I'll suck it up and pay it. Anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. I'm rambling. Okay, The Drop. Okay, stars Tom Hardy, the late James Gandolfini, Naomi Rapace. The Secret, Dragon Tattoos. The sweetest films, and she's in it. And the story is basically about Tom Hardy's character, who plays Bob Skanowski. He runs a bar with his cousin Marv, and Marv is played by, of course, James Gandolfini. And their bar is kind of it's like an underworld bar where they every once in a while it's a drop-off bar where the mob drops, the Chestian mob drops off their money, to be laundered through there. It's a drop-off point where everybody comes and drops off their money and stuff before launder it before they pass it on. Bob is sort of, at least he gives the appearance of being sort of slow. He runs the bar. Like I said, his cousin Marv, who used to own the bar, but like I said, the Chetnians moved in and they basically took it over. So they basically work for the Chechens. And what happens is, of course, everybody knows that this is a mob bar, drop-off point. So of course nobody would be foolish enough to rob them, of course, but of course somebody does. And of course, the Chechens come around and asking them if they knew, what happened. And of course they say, hey, and Bob does, he doesn't, like I say, he tries to keep, low key and under radar. He just answers questions. He doesn't look directly into anybody's face, but he does give a clue that the person was wearing a broken stopwatch on his arm. And the story is also about Bob. He meets one day while going to work. He meets a young lady named Nadia. When walking by her house, he hears a puppy in the trash, and he pulls, he opens up, and of course the puppy is in the trash can. It's slightly beat up, and Nadia comes out of the house, and she kind of helps him, because she used to work at the clinic, and she helps him like tend to the dog puppy, and he kind of strikes up a friendship with her, and he monitors the dog, and then at the same time there's a fellow named Eric Deeds, who's an ex-boyfriend of Nadia, who's kind of stalking Bob somewhat, walking by and making comments about the dog and dropping little hints. And also the thing about this movie seems like sort of almost like a 70s type movie that could have been done in the 70s, about the mob and the local wise guys, and it's a slow paced movie, but it's really well done to me. The dialogue is great in it, and then I think Tom Hardy is fantastic as Bob, and James Gandolfini, his last performance I think is really good. You can tell he's bitter because he often complains to Bob about how he used to run things, and he used to be respected and all that stuff, but now he has to kind of he has to grovel because the Chechen mob moved in and they took over, so he has to kind of but he's, without spoiling it, Cousin Marv has ideas, and I think to quote Bob in the movie, I hope you don't got no ideas. Okay, he kind of, Cousin Marv sort of have ideas, and without spoiling it, there's the robbery that happens, and the fallout that happens from that robbery. That's the thrust of the movie. That, and of course, Bob's growing relationship with Nadia, and him having to deal with this Eric Deeds character who's very weird, who's basically known, I think, in the neighborhood as a crazy person who supposedly just killed somebody in the past. Okay, and like I said, and Bob is, has to react to that, and also Cousin Marvin, the police are trying to find out who robbed the bar and stuff and what's going on exactly, and he has to do that. And I think Tom Hardy gives a great performance. Like I said, he acts like he's mentally slow in the movie, and I think you would get that you would think that, but my opinion, I think he's a lot smarter than he lets on in the movie. Okay, he kind of like lays back and kind of observes things a lot, and I think his character is a lot smarter than a lot of people think he is. But again, I think James Gandolfini is great. It's this bitter guy, that's who's lame-mating the way things used to be and stuff, and may or may not be trying to change things. And it's a really good, like I said, it's like sort of like a 70s movie, like this movie that you get in the 70s, about the mob and the local wise guys and all that stuff. It has that kind of feel to it, okay? And it's a really good movie, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm going to give The Drop, I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really well done. Tom Hardy, I thought was really good, and I like his scenes with Naomi Rapace, okay? And I thought she was good too as well. And James Gandolfini is great as his bitter Marv, Cousin Marv, okay? And even the guy that plays Eric Deeds, Matthews, the actor's name is Matthews Sonarts. I thought he's really good as well too. He's really creepy, and there's a tension too in any scene with him and his character Eric Deeds and Bob. Anytime they're in a scene together, there's a certain amount of tension, and you're waiting to see if anything is going to happen between them. And it's a really good movie. I liked it. Definitely a really good movie. Definitely a good drama. Okay, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Let me know if you've seen The Drop. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. If you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care. And again, I'm sorry I didn't do the my random reviews because I had to go to work today, so kind of threw off my Sunday having to go to work. But I had to do what I had to do. Okay, but random reviews will come back next Sunday. Okay. Okay. Anyway, and also, again, let me know what you think. If you have that too as well, that Prime, AMC Prime. That's the first time I saw it when I went there. Like I said, they redid the whole theater. The big bright letters AMC Prime, and they got, the tickets are numbered now, and they have like a seating plan. They told when I bought the ticket, the girl brought up the screen, and you could pick where you want to sit. You know, I picked all the way in the back. You know, it was like, I guess the back row is K, and I was K15, and like I said, the seats, you know, you hit the button and you could swivel back all the way, your feet goes up and everything. That was cool. But $20 again is too much for one movie. So if I do go to Prime again, I'll try to go before 12, so that way I think the price will be reduced. Okay, so I went after 12, so I had to pay the full price. But it's a nice idea, AMC Prime. It's really good idea. I mean, although like I said, the price is way too high. So if I see Prime again, I wouldn't mind seeing a movie in Prime, but I'll go before 12, so the price is reduced. Anyway, that's enough rambling. It's Trey Pastor saying so long, and take care.